What should the cheating partner do to try to rebuild trust to the betrayed partner? This will be helpful both obviously if you are the cheating partner, but also if you're the betrayed spouse and you're trying to figure out how you can communicate what you need from them. This video will help you too. So there are a couple of things that I want to go over, a couple of different categories. The first is just the really practical. So when it comes to rebuilding trust, one of the things that you can do is kind of the basics, sharing location on your phone. I know some people have even put like air tags in the car that the person drives in case they think to leave the phone one place and then drive the car somewhere else. Those types of things can be really helpful if you understand the principles behind it. Because if someone wants to betray you, they can get creative and find ways to betray you. You're not going to be able to patch up all of the holes on this sinking ship over and over again to make sure that it's literally impossible for them to ever betray you. Sometimes people talk about it almost like they wish they could plant a chip inside their brain and know what they're thinking about and doing and where they are literally 24/7. And first off, I want to just ask, is that really a relationship you want to be in where you feel like you need to do all of those things? Probably not. You want to be able to trust someone. The point of these types of, monitoring access to a phone, making sure they don't like turn their phone a different direction when you sit down next to them, those types of things aren't about having a foolproof system where it's impossible for them to cheat again. Those are about looking at the steps along the way that took place and figuring out how you can reverse engineer a way to kind of cover up a few of the main things. And it's more so just a sign of their willingness to be transparent and open than it is a foolproof system to prevent cheating in the future. So just keep that in mind, and those types of things is kind of the first category. Second is just kind of rekindling the romance, kind of going back to how you pursued this person in the beginning of the relationship, what you did to build trust at the beginning. And the important principle here is that the relationship is kind of over. Once someone has cheated and betrayed at that level and broken that trust that's been built up over years and years and years, that wasn't just like a one-time built up thing. You're kind of starting from ground zero, which is a helpful way to think about it just in general from both parties' perspectives. Is that relationship that you had with them, it's kind of gone. It's done. It's thrown in the trash can. There will be bits and pieces from it you can pull from for a new relationship if you want. You can kind of plant those seeds again within a new relationship. But think of it as, okay, I'm done with that old relationship, with that old person. Do I want to build a brand new relationship with this person again? And so going back to wanting to rebuild intimacy and connection slowly, one step at a time, taking them out on dates, is typically the approach. Like trying to go straight back to like the physical intimacy that you had before might be rushed for some people. It's a conversation you need to have. And if you are the partner that cheated and you're frustrated that there's not a physical intimacy right away, you need to grow up and realize that that's going to be a very common thing because you're rebuilding the relationship from scratch now. And then kind of the last category is, just other practical things like a postnuptial agreement or just kind of setting things up for a worst case scenario for them. That can help rebuild trust as well. To say like, hey, I'm willing to set things up legally so that if I betray you again, you're the one that can leave and still, benefit from that. Just kind of make sure that they feel safe, that there's an out in case this were to happen again. So those are a couple of ideas for what you can do to rebuild trust after relationships have been broken.